Have you ever been in a situation whereby you have to choose your department because your friends are in that department, or are they one influencing you, or you are just the one that is just wanting to feel like I want you to belong? This next second question goes to our mommies and daddies. Have you ever been in a situation whereby your marriage is falling behind, your marriage is having problems, and you have to take an advice from your friend, but you know that the advice the friend is giving you is not the right advice, but you have no choice than to listen to the friend because you want to continually gain the benefits you are gaining from the friend. Now, let's list our learning objectives. We have 2 learning objectives. The first one is to understand the concept of peer pressure. The second one being to recognize the type of peer pressure. Looking about peer pressure, what is peer pressure? Peer pressure can be defined as an influence from one age group or members in one age group, or a feeling that one must do as members in one age group are doing in order to be liked or respected by them. Now, let's move on to talking about the types of peer pressure. But before we go into talking about the types of peer pressure, I want us to note that peer pressure can come in a negative or positive way, because all that has an advantage also have a disadvantage, just like your smartphone. Now, what are the types of peer pressure? There are 6 main types of peer pressure. Number 1 being spoken peer pressure. Spoken peer pressures are peer pressures that comes in the form of gossips. Number 2 being unspoken peer pressure. What are unspoken peer pressure? Unspoken peer pressure are peer pressures that come in the form of the way people behave to you, the way they react to you, the way they talk to you, the way they tag you. And the third type of peer pressure being direct peer pressure. Direct peer pressure are peer pressure they come and say to your face that come, do this girl, come and join me, come and do this and come and do that. The next type of peer pressure is indirect peer pressure. What are indirect peer pressure? Indirect peer pressure are peer pressures that involve doing things in a corny way. That means beating around the bush. It can just come to you. Don't you see that man in that grey house? My brother told me that he's into stealing, and this is how he's doing it. Can't we just join? That means indirect peer pressure come in form of suggestions. Now, the next type of peer pressure is negative peer pressure. As I've said earlier, not all peer pressures will influence you badly. Some will also influence you goodly. But now we're talking about the negative peer pressure. What are negative peer pressure? Negative peer pressure are peer pressures that make bad impact in your life, and if you're not careful, it can destroy your life. For example, going to keep friends with people that smoke and drink. For example, having pressurization with drug abuse. And when you go into drug abuse, what will happen to you? Your life will be destroyed, your kidney will be destroyed, your liver will be destroyed, health issues. You can even get involved with police, and at the end of the day, you go into prison. Now, let's look at the last type of peer pressure I'm going to be mentioning, which is positive peer pressure. Not all peer pressure will make bad influence. There are some peer pressures that can make good influence. For example, you having a friend that pressurizes you on forming a study group or reading the Bible. Let's use example for people who are in the boarding school, most especially boarders. There are some peer pressure that they go through that is to change their life. For example, person comes to meet you to be your reading partner, so you can read before the exam, during the exams, and after the exam. Now let's go into causes of peer pressure. It's not all peer pressures that come just because parents like one child more than the other, or envy or jealousy. There are some peer pressure that can be caused by people always wanting to fit in. Because before you start putting blame on your parent, my parent like my sister more than you have to check yourself. You are the one that wants to fit in every position. You always want to do what your friends are doing. You don't want to be on your own. You don't have the mind of your own. The second cause of peer pressure is low self-esteem. A lot of you have low self-esteem. You don't even super courage. You don't even believe in what the Bible tells you that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. But He has given you the power to proclaim and to receive. You don't believe in that. You don't summon up your courage. You lack confidence. The third cause of peer pressure is incontentment. Let me tell you something. Peer pressure can come through material things or jewelry or food. Peer pressure can come from insatisfaction. A lot of us begin to taste everything. And sometimes the friends will tell me that this thing you want to taste, this thing you're always tasting. Do you know how I got it? Do you know where it came from? That's what mom usually tell me. In any situation, even if you are hungry and you are thirsty, always know you have living water to drink. Never beg from anybody. Because you don't know the money they used to get that thing. And if you go into it, they will continue to pressurize you. Now, what is the first cause of peer pressure? People were desperately seeking for love and acceptance. The day I understood that not everybody will like you, like what you do, I had rest of peace in my mind. Because I did not bother myself for love. Why are you seeking for love? They will like you when it is time. Show to them that you can do it and they can like you. Now let's go into the effect of peer pressure. Number one effect of peer pressure I'll be stating today is anxiety or depression. Peer pressure can lead to depression. A lot of people, it can lead them to frustration. A lot of people can even lead them to murdering their life, murdering themselves, killing themselves, which is against the Bible. The second is distance from family and friends. And this, I'm saying this to all parents. When you notice that your child is leaving the sitting room when you are in the sitting room, always ask your child what is happening. For example, a family whereby when they are in the living room, a child is going to his or her room or leaving that environment. Know that something is fishy, something is going on. Form an interaction, ask that child different questions so that you can be active aside. The third effect of peer pressure is distraction, academic distraction. That child will be distracted in academic. For example, if you have a child that usually get 90% and go down to getting 60%, ask that child what is going on, what is happening. You were not like this before, and what happened that your mark that dropped. Also, the problem with self-esteem. Effect of peer pressure can lead to problem with self-esteem. The next one is issues or unhappiness with appearance. A lot of them, the way they look, they begin to look darker, they begin to look shaggy. They don't have good experiences anymore. Now let's go on to talking about the solutions to peer pressure. I believe in one statement that every problem has a solution. Every problem we might be facing now has a solution. But who is yet to discover the solution? That's something Nigeria is facing. People talk about the problem, people talk about the politicians, but they don't find solution to the problem. Before you go on talking about the problem, you must find the solution. Just like coming to me to tell me that I have a bad behavior, and I ask you that what do you think I can do to stop that bad behavior, and you have nothing to say. Always find a solution to a problem before you talk about the problem. Number one solution to peer pressure is be determined. Determination is the best legacy and best key. Even in your education, in the church of God, in your school, anywhere you find yourself, always be determined. Always work on your vision. Always know you have something to achieve. Always know you have places to go. Now, the second solution to peer pressure I would like to list today is believe in yourself. Know you can do all things through Christ has strengthened you because He has given you the power. The third solution to peer pressure is nothing less than reading the Bible at all times. At all times read the Bible because the Bible is your guide. Now, what are the other solutions to peer pressure? The fourth solution to peer pressure I will be stating today is love yourself. Love yourself in any situation, in anything you might be facing. Don't listen to the criticism that people say about you. Don't get yes to what people say about you. The next solution to peer pressure I will be stating today is keep good friends. You don't know when temptation will come. Even communication corrupts good manner. You don't know when temptation will come. Don't mingle with bad friends. They can lead you into any form of pressurization that you can regret at the end. Let people who are pressurizing you know your